So what if the secret to getting everything you want in life isn't about speaking up more, but actually about staying silent? It's a simple idea, but it's powerful, and it kind of challenges everything we're taught about strength and communication.
This is just the perfect metaphor for our minds, isn't it? When we're restless, when we're constantly arguing and complaining, our inner world just gets all clouded up with confusion. But when we choose silence, when we just allow things to settle, clarity comes back. It's exactly like letting all that dirt fall to the bottom of a glass, and suddenly, boom, you can see right through to the other side.
You know, society is always telling us that the loudest person in the room is the strongest, that they're the one who wins. But what if that's just completely backward? What if silence isn't a sign of weakness at all, but the actual presence of some profound wisdom? Let's dig into that idea together.
Okay, so let's start by totally reframing how we even think about being silent. This isn't about absence or not having anything to say. It's about a really powerful kind of presence.
So here we've got two totally different ideas. On one hand, you have loudness. It's reactive, it's often pretty shallow, and really it's just noise filling a space. But then, on the other hand, you have silence. And that's about control. It's about depth. It's about dignity. It is a conscious choice to not waste your energy on things that just don't matter.
This analogy is just perfect. True strength doesn't feel the need to engage with every little provocation. When you really know your own worth, you don't have to react to every barking dog that comes your way. Your silence actually becomes your roar. It's a statement of self-respect.
And this illustrates such a profound truth. People who are kind of shallow often talk way too much, but those with real depth, they're calm. Their silence speaks volumes more than words ever could. It's a sign of maturity, of real inner power.
Now, this inner strength isn't just some philosophical concept. Let's look at how it becomes a super practical shield for protecting our most important relationships.
We have all been here. You know, in the heat of the moment, that little spark of anger just leads to hasty words, and the damage is done. A single moment of uncontrolled speech can create a scar that never fully fades, a crack in a relationship that you can't easily fix. Silence is the pause that breaks this whole destructive chain.
So holding back in a moment of anger, that's not weakness. It's protection. You're protecting yourself from a lifetime of having to say you're sorry, and way more importantly, you're protecting someone you care about from a lifetime of hurt.
But here's the critical distinction, and we've got to get this right. The real art is knowing when to be silent and when to speak up. Silence in the face of your own boiling ego, that's wisdom. But silence in the face of injustice, that's cowardice. And the challenge for all of us is to figure out which is which.
Okay, so this power doesn't just work on the inside. Let's explore how silence can fundamentally change the way other people see you and how much they value what you have to say.
I want you to think of your words like a currency. If you just flood the market with them, their value plummets. But if your words are rare, if you speak less, people learn to treasure them. Your silence is what gives your words their weight. It's the difference between owning a rare diamond and just a pile of pebbles.
Think about it. Insecurity is what often drives us to talk too much, right? To prove we belong or that we know something. But true confidence, that real inner strength, is totally comfortable with silence. It doesn't need to constantly announce itself. People respect depth, not just volume. They're drawn to that quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth.
So we've seen how silence impacts our relationships and our reputation. But what about our own inner world? How does it help us navigate the chaos in our own minds and actually make better decisions?
I mean, our minds are just constantly bombarded with news, social media, other people's opinions. It is non-stop noise. This creates that muddy, shaken water we saw at the beginning. And when we try to operate from that place of chaos, we make impulsive decisions that we often end up regretting.
And silence is the solution. It's the medicine for a cluttered mind. When you embrace silence, you give all that mental dirt time to settle. The fog starts to lift, and you begin to see what truly matters. The path forward just becomes clear.
The truth is, we often can't hear our own intuition because our minds are just too darn noisy. Silence creates the space to finally hear that quiet, inner voice, the one that knows which direction you really need to go. Clarity rises from the quiet. And now for the final and maybe the most transformative idea of all. How silence doesn't just protect you or give you clarity, but how it actively attracts the things you want in life. This just captures the whole essence of attraction. The greatest things in life, success, love, respect,
They aren't chased down with noise and desperation. They are drawn to you through a calm, centered presence. Your silence literally becomes magnetic.
Think about it. When you're silent, you become an observer. You listen more than you speak. And because of that, people feel comfortable around you. They trust you. And they start to open doors for you. Doors to friendship, collaboration, and opportunities they would never open for someone who only talks. They might confide in you, offer you a promotion, or introduce you to someone who could change your life.
Remember this, while noise might get you noticed for a moment, it's silence that commands lasting respect. It tells the world that you don't need to prove anything. And that powerful, calm alignment with yourself is precisely what pulls good things toward you. So as we finish up, here's a thought to take with you. In a world that only seems to get louder and louder, choosing to be the calm, quiet, and steady one isn't just a strategy, it's a superpower. What will you choose to attract with yours? The answer, as we've seen, lies in the silence.